Oh, hey there. Welcome to our short little video on our game Forestry. So Forestry is a game about wildlife protection. It's a wildlife protection challenge. We're going to go ahead and skip through a majority of the stuff that you're able to read when you're playing through the game. We're going to give you the gist of it and go for a quick rip. So let's go ahead and meet our Indigenous Guardian. They'll begin by asking us our name. We're going to go with Steve. Steve sounds like a great name to go with. They go on to explain their importance and their role inside of the game, as well as your role as a registered professional forester, after which we can meet some of the stakeholders inside of the game that we want to appease, as well as meet their expectations to be able to develop a registered professional forestry plan. So we'll jump over here to the wildlife biologists. We're able to read about them, observe our beautifully handmade and digitally created drawings. We can jump back over to the financial forecaster and learn a little bit about them as well before moving ahead. We'll jump ahead and we can see here that the forestry engineer is boasting about us trying to push through as well and consult with the stakeholders. So we're going to go over to the forestry engineer where they will introduce their role, as well as the three options presented to us that we can go about inside of the game. So these three options as detailed below, we're going to go to option 2. So we can designate this area as a wildlife preservation and focus on providing trails and recreational opportunities. So we'll click on the 3 dots and jump in. If you forget which one of these 3 options are, you can always navigate your way back to. We'll go with option 2 like we said, and we can see, cool, this is one of the maps that we could go ahead and proceed to choose from. We're going to go ahead next and choose one of the next challenges that we can, now that we've kind of established what we want to do. So we'll choose your next challenge. Now that we have selected one of the following adventures to begin the game, let's go ahead and begin. So we've got Steve. Our goal will be work with and build positive relationships with the stakeholders. This is our GIS specialist, I believe it was. So we're going to go ahead and we can navigate over to see who our stakeholders are. We could go ahead and check out some of the tree species that we have, as well as some neat little different factoids about the species of animals that live inside of the forest. But we're going to move back over to the Indigenous Guardian. Our Indigenous Guardian then from here is going to emphasize that we must manage the land for various uses and move over to our local conditions so we can spot what that looks like. So to begin the game, introduce yourself to representatives of the local Indigenous group, and we'll go ahead about doing that. So we'll go to the forestry managed plan. We'll go ahead and spit us through explaining out some of the stuff that we have to work on as well, and what's the things that we should be considered about moving ahead. And we'll be able to go ahead and choose our next challenges from here. So first, let's test our decision making. So we can see we've got 3 options to choose from here. So to choose the challenge, we want to be able to reflect on relationships built and working collaboratively with the local Indigenous community. We want to be able to seek information. So the trees in the forest are hemlock, white pine, and aspen. There are different uses and cultural significance. And then choose an activity. So how would you harvest these trees? So between these 3, we can go ahead and choose which ones we want. So we'll go with option 1 this time. We can see here that let's envision that your choice for the future, and we can go ahead and educate ourselves on how that choice will affect us. If it wasn't the right choice, which it doesn't seem like it was, we're always able to go back and make another decision and try once more. Or we can progress ahead to the main map and choose a new challenge. So we've got several challenges from here that we can navigate to from the main map. So we'll go and check those challenges out. So here are the 3. And once we go ahead and pick on these, there's a short little snippet about staying tuned for the actual beta release of the game, where there'll be more education, as more input as well, and helping us figure out what we can do from here to help preserve this land and develop a sustainable plan. But yeah, we're able to return back to any one of these and explore those in a little bit more detail and proceed to end the game and check out that fun badge we have created.